Hey there, Matthew here. So the Bose QC45s are Bose's, latest headphones in the noise cancellation headphone business. And so the question is, are these worth the upgrade after about 6 months of use? And we'll find out in a minute. Stay tuned. These are the predecessors to the Bose QC35-2's noise cancellation headphones. These are not to replace the Bose NC700 noise cancellation headphones. The NC stands for noise cancellation. Those actually kind of slide right above these, I guess, when it comes to sound quality and all that, but these do replace the 35-2s. Are these worth the $350 that you would pay for them, or should you just go ahead and spend about $20 to $30 extra and get the Bose NC700 noise cancellation headphones? The answer, in my opinion, is that these aren't better than the NC700s, but it really depends on what you're using them for. Both these and the NC700s have great noise cancellation. Honestly, I think they're roughly the same. These might be slightly better, but not a whole lot better. So if you do have the NC700s, I would say stick with them if you're buying them purely on a noise cancellation setup. These do, however, have better noise cancellation than the Bose QC35-2s. So if you are upgrading from the Bose QC35-2s, I would say when it comes to noise cancellation, these are a bit better than those. Not a whole lot, but a little bit, so you do have that. When it comes to physical looks, these look very good. They have more of a modern look than the Bose QC35-2s. I guess it's more industrial looking and it's more refined. It's not, you don't have the sharper edges and the more exposed, I guess, joints and all that the Bose QC35-2s had. You do have some exposed joints. It's more of a industrial looking headphone rather than the Bose NC700s, but I do think that these do look a little bit better than the QC35-2s. When it comes to connectivity, you do have your standard Bluetooth, which is really good. The Bluetooth, I hadn't had any issues with these. I will say that these also have this, I guess, proprietary aux cord that does come with this, and it is, if you do lose it, I believe it's a 2.5 millimeter aux cord on one end and a 3.5 millimeter on the other, but I'm not 100% sure. So I would say don't lose that aux cord that comes on the box. When it comes to charging wise, the Bose QC35-2s, which was a huge deal for me, I wasn't really a fan of them, still charged with the micro USB. I really was not a fan of that. That's one reason why I did not buy those. I tested that pair of headphones from friends, but overall I did not buy them because when those came out, USB-C was still like, it was getting there and it wasn't like brand new, so I don't know why Bose chose to go with the micro USBs other than to stick with the Bose QC35s and still have the same design, just change, I guess, the sound and the noise cancellation. But overall, I think Bose really do a good job when kind of updating them to more future prone charging devices. However, with the QC45s, you do get a USB Type-C charging port, which is really good. I'm glad that they did go with the USB-C charging port. I know that the Bose NC700s did have that USB-C charging port, so it would have been a deal breaker for me if they chose to go with the micro USB. But overall, I am glad that they had that. These actually have really good battery life. I believe it's like 21 or 24 hours of battery when I do plug them in to a power source, and that way when they do charge, it does charge faster with the USB-C charging versus the micro USB of the QC35-2s and QC35s. When it comes to your user interface, the QC45s stick with the QC35s and QC35-2s with physical buttons, versus the NC700s, which actually have, I guess, a set of swipe and tap gestures with the occasional button for turning on and turning on your assistant and all that. These have all 100% physical buttons. You do have a volume up, volume down, and a play pause multifunction button, along with a noise cancellation button to toggle through your presets that you have in the Bose app that allows you to preset a couple of different noise cancellation settings in that, whether you want it to be 100% or 10, I believe is the number, and want it to be at all the way down so you can hear your surroundings. But with these, you do have the physical buttons versus the NC700s. These, it's 100% buttons, no taps, no swipes, nothing like that. Okay, so let's get to the sound, because sound is huge when you wear headphones, period. These sound pretty good. They're not the best sounding in my opinion. I think they're a little bit flat. You don't really have a whole lot of bass with these, but you can hear your vocals pretty well. So I think it gives you more of a balanced sound versus your NC700s, where in my opinion those are more bass focused. You do have more of a deeper, punchier bass with those, but you can still hear the sound and still hear vocals. But these, everything is kind of flat, and the bass is there, you just don't get a whole lot of it. I do think though that these aren't really geared towards the audio person, the one who wants to actually listen to really good audio. I think it's more geared towards the businessman or woman that wants to wear these headphones on an airplane or on a train or something like that while they're traveling. The noise cancellation, like I said before, is really good. I think it is one of the best in the business with these, and with the 700s. Bose has maybe not quite have taken over the king of noise cancellation with these versus the Sony WH-1000X M4s, but they have either gotten slightly under them or have kind of equaled them in the noise cancellation game. But again, I think if you're buying these, most of the time you will be either a business person with a focus on trying to cancel your noise versus getting that amazing audio sound. If you want great noise cancellation and great audio sound but still stay in the Bose space, the Bose brand, I will say the Bose NC700s are a great pair of headphones. The only issue with those is that if you have a Samsung phone, I did have some issues with connectivity and it dropping out and it causing the headphones to not quite work correctly. There would be pauses, there would be this weird noise, and then all of a sudden they cut out, and then they repair back and they cut out and repair back, stuff like that. But with my Pixel 6 Pro here, I haven't had that issue. So if you have a Samsung phone, I would say stray away from the NC700s if possible. But if you have anything else, I think the NC700s are a great pair if you're in it for the audio quality. With these, I think these are going to sound sufficient for anybody who is just using them for business. They do have pretty good mics built in, so you can hear your surroundings. When it comes to the ambient noise, you can also program the mics for when you're talking on the phone, you can be heard from the person who's talking to you and canceling out noise in the background, stuff like that. So overall, I think these are a great pair of business-centered headphones with some pretty good audio. I'm not going to say that the audio is the best, but I definitely won't say that the audio is bad. It's just more of a neutral, flat sound, and there's no way to change that audio in the Bose app, unlike the NC700s where you can change the EQ settings a little bit, not a whole lot, but a little bit. But these, you're stuck with one EQ setting, which is understandable because again, these aren't really audio centric headphones. They're more for your business person. But overall, I think these are really good headphones. I have been wearing these for a while. They're super comfortable. I will say the Bose headphones, the cushions here are very, very comfortable. I think they added a little bit more cushion than the Bose QC35-2s, and they made it a little bit more comfortable in my opinion. They don't weigh as much as the NC700s or other pairs of over-the-ear headphones that I've tried. I will say that yes, they are made out of plastic, but it's not super light. I think the Sony WH-1000X M4s feel a little bit cheaper in my opinion, especially when you move them around. They actually sound kind of, in my opinion, cheap, but maybe that's just me. But these that you don't really hear any creaking or anything like that really, and they sound pretty good, and they are very comfortable in my opinion. I could wear these for hours and not have to take them off to let my ears, I guess, cool down. My ears don't get too warm when I wear these versus other pairs of headphones that I've tried. So overall, I think for $350 these are a great pair of headphones, especially with the noise cancellation. I'm gonna place a link to these in the video description below, so if you do want to buy a pair of Bose QC45 headphones, you can click a link down below and it will send you to these headphones. This is not sponsored by any means, but I just want to make it a little easier if you want to just click that link and you'll find those headphones. Overall, I think it is a great pair of noise cancellation headphones. Well, thank you guys for watching. This has been my Bose QC45 long-term review. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more, go ahead and subscribe. Hit that bell icon to be notified when I post another video. Until then, everyone, stay safe. Peace.